Good morning and welcome to Unity Center of Pittsburgh. I'm Robin Walsh. I'll be your service leader. We have Ronnie Weiss for our music and Bobbi Konefal-Shaer for our message today, and Mac Inglis on tech. So glad you're all here. Please join me in reading the vision and mission statements, calling them into reality. We envision a spiritually awakened world flowing with divine love. We are an inclusive, loving, growing community dedicated to teach, inspire, and practice positive spiritual living. So it already is. Let's just open to seeing it. Let's have a song. Feel free to stand.
This is Confident Living. Please sing along loudly, confidently. Confident living, banner of might, comes from the Spirit with glorious light. Confident living cleanses my soul, Spirit, fullest control. Confident living helps me expand. I had totally different words. My apologies.
Thank you. It's always an interesting journey. And a wonderful reminder to just bless what is. Please join me in our opening prayer. Taking a moment to center ourselves in this moment, in this place. Breathing in everything in the air around us, the wisdom of the planet and the support beneath us, and the wings and enlightenment flowing down from above us, the guidance before us, the blessings left in every step and after every word behind us. And so it is. Now it's time to light the Christ candle. Finding the sacred and the unity in the everyday simple. Please join me in reading the unity principles. God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good. We create our life experience through our way of thinking. Through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with God, bringing forth love, wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them. Now we have another song.
This is People Get Ready. We're going to do the first verse, the second verse, and repeat the first verse. People get ready, there's a train a-comin'. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. People get ready, there's a train to Jordan, picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key, open the doors and board them. There's hope for all among the loved and lost. People get ready, there's a train a-comin'. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesels humming. You don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. So it is.
Thank you, Ronnie. Now it's ready for our, it's ready, I'm ready, we're ready, hopefully, for the daily word, seasons. Throughout the seasons of my life, my Christ light shines brightly. When winter follows the autumn harvest and the sun's light grows weaker, what may resemble barren land is actually a time of rest, a preparation for a new cycle of seasons. The sun's light and warmth change in ways that perfectly suit each season. My life, like the planet Earth, moves through seasons. The awakening of wonder in childhood, exciting and sometimes stormy growth through adolescence and early adulthood, achievements of my middle years, and the fulfillment that maturity can bring. The Christ presence, the divine light within me, is my unfailing source of strength, understanding, and comfort in every season of life. And God said, "Let there be lights in the dome of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them be signs and for seasons, for days, and for years." Genesis 1:14. And if you would join me in repeating this affirmation 3 times, reminding ourselves, ready? Throughout the seasons of life, my Christ light shines brightly. Throughout the seasons of life, my Christ light shines brightly. Throughout the seasons of life, my Christ light shines brightly. Now it's time to bless the children. If you could bring into mind all the children in your life and around the world, and our inner children that are still alive within us. seeing the light within them. Envision them being guided, following divine guidance. Envision them seeing and noticing the help and encouragement they need at the moment they need it. Seeing and envisioning and affirming them firmly rooted on the planet, always knowing they belong, always feeling grounded, and so it is. And now you can fill out a prayer request slip if there's something you would like to share. These will be collected at the end with the tithes and sent to the Chapel of Silent Unity in Missouri, where there is continuous prayer 24/7, and they'll stay in that space for 30 days. The slips can be found on the backs of the chairs. Hopefully you've got a pen. Envisioning there is a right outcome. There is a right outcome. Letting go of our insistence that it must look a certain way. Being flexible to open for things to settle. For the highest good for all concerned. And trusting that we are walking towards that regardless of a temporary appearance. Let's keep those prayer requests in our hands, in our hearts, anything else you want as we sing.
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening, I am opening, I am opening, I am I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening, I am opening, I am opening, I am opening.
Now it's time for meditation. I'm going to do the zeroing out again. Quick reminder, we'll be tapping in certain places on our face. I'll be demonstrating and talking you through them as we do them. If you're comfortable and can, close your eyes in between. In between each one, we'll hold that finger, however many fingers we're working with, up in front of our face and blink our eyes open and shut like a camera. The last one, after our heart, with our full fist, we'll open our eyes and say power. Okay? So think of some way of thinking and reacting that you would like to change. It could be as simple and profound as being better at recognizing how extraordinary ordinary things are, like toast and a beautiful cloud, a sun coming through the cloud. It could be as simple as that. It could be, if you have a tendency to have trouble staying calm and grounded when people around you are very upset or angry. Think of something, if you can't think of anything else, one of those two will do for today. So imagine it, we're going to start by drilling a hole right through the center of our forehead, and you're going to say with me, I am going to change my thinking pattern. 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 Hold that finger up, blink open and shut. Now with 2 fingers, twice above, twice below, the opposite eye. And you envision yourself successfully doing this. How does it feel? How does it look? What does it sound like? Just keep envisioning yourself having successfully made this adjustment. Feeling that deep sense of opening in your heart and mind. And hold those 2 fingers up in front of your eyes, blink open and shut. Now, all 5 fingers over the opposite shoulder, patting yourself on the back and imagining people that you know encouraging you. People who love you, people who would be so excited and who believe in you, telling you, you got this. We're so happy for you. This is wonderful. We knew you could do it. We have your back. We have your back and are supporting you, even if you waver, and hold those 5 fingers up, blink open and shut. Now 3 fingers below the lip. And just opening to the belief that you're going to think and speak positively about this from now on. You're going to define yourself as the person who can do this. You're going to feel like that person. You're going to believe, open your mind another crack, and believe you are that person. And put those 3 fingers up in front of your face, blink open and shut. Now 4 fingers, we're going to karate chop our hands and imagine yourself cutting away everything that has made this difficult in the past and that might get in your way. Old patterns, old instant reactions, chop them up. Old beliefs, chop them up. Shoulders tightening, chop it up. Breath getting quick, chop it up. Feeling ungrounded, chop it up. Whatever gets in your way, you're chopping it up. You're sending it down into the earth. It's turning into mulch. It will be fertilizer for your new way of being. All gone now. Hold the 4 fingers up in front of your eyes. Blink open and shut. Now with the light fists, just gently massage your heart. And say whatever affirmation works for you at least 3 times. I am grounded in peace. I am grounded in your peace. I am grounded in divine peace. Hold that fist up in front of your eyes, and when you open them, say power, open, power. Now, we have a solo.
So this song is called Coming Home to Myself. See the light of the day shining on me. Make my own time, it's mine to spend. Think to so bad all alone, coming home to myself again. It's not so bad to get lost in my tears, and to laugh and to cry for the years gone by. Oh my, oh my. Somehow I know I've come a long way. I got a long way to go. Something inside makes me strong, and in the hard times I'll get along, 'cause it's not so bad all alone, coming home to myself again.
Thank you, Ronnie. And now I would like to thank all of you for being here today, and to remind you that we are creating this service to uplift and inspire you. And we're really grateful for your generous donations that help support that. Now, Bobbi Konefal-Shaer will come up and give her message.
Oh, look at that. All my friends are here. Well, good morning, friends. I'm really happy to be with you this morning to share our unity teachings and insights. I don't have anything new to say. I don't know if you know that recently I came back from an experience, a weekend at Unity Village. It was really fine, really a wonderful weekend. I hadn't been there for 26 years, since getting my license 26 years ago. And what license? Not my driver's license now. My Unity teacher's license. So I'm a licensed Unity teacher, and I got my license 26 years ago. Before I left on this trip a few weeks ago, I looked ahead at the schedule, and I saw that we had an opening for a speaker, and I thought, perfect. I will have come back from Unity Village. I'll be all pumped up on good spirit, and I'll be able to give you some wonderful insights or something new I learned. Well, I was inspired, but I'm not going to tell you those kinds of specifics. I will share some of that some other time. But now, settling back into this place, where we are right now, I feel, as I know many of you feel, the tension in the air, the tendency to run into somebody and all of a sudden you're talking about the situation that we don't like to talk about, but we can't help but talk about, and we can't help but think about, and it's on every radio station and it's hard to ignore. Well, I know we're worried about an outcome. As a result, I feel strongly that I need to pull us back into what Unity has always taught. Nothing new, just what is the basic Unity guidelines, how we can work with this, how we can work with any of it. So I want to start at the beginning. Myrtle Fillmore said, "The more we realize the divine presence within us, the less we are swayed by outer circumstances." The more we realize the divine presence within us, the less we are swayed by outer circumstances. This is especially pertinent as we try to navigate these turbulent waters. And I wanted to share with you Unity principle number 1. God is. Totally simplified, right? God is. And as you inhale, in the next breath, just think it, God is. So no matter what could pick you up and take you down somewhat turbulent stream, those two words are always available to you. God is. And number two, and you can see I'm paraphrasing our principles. I am, right? I am endowed with all the power, the energy, the strength, the passion, the zeal to accomplish what is my God mind inspired thing to do. I am totally equipped. There is no doubt about it. I am totally equipped. If I don't know, I could have some millionaire backing me, but that's not even part of what God is. And we have God backing us. And number three, we create our experiences through our way of thinking. This principle states that we create our experiences through thoughts. Eric Butterworth expanded on this. He said, "Your life is a mirror of your consciousness." If we focus on the fears and the uncertainties, we manifest more anxiety and stress. But when we choose to embrace thoughts of assurance and the divine possibilities, we choose and we create a reality filled with peace. I think it's important to know that we can be confident. We have all the power in the world backing us up. Not just turbine that's electricity grid. We have it all. And we have our own tasks at hand. I actually in a unity church out is that one thing I can keep in mind. If I lived confidently, knowing that I'm backed by all the power there is to be me. That's not such a difficult task. I'm not being asked to be, Desmond Tutu or somebody that everybody knows. I'm just being asked to be me. And I can do that confidently. Number 4, through prayer and meditation, we increase our conscious contact with prosperity and everything good. I think this is pretty clear. We got to pray and we have to meditate. What that means is we have to plug in. We can't just sometimes say, "Oh yeah, God's backing me. I can do anything I want today." No, we've got to control the thoughts, right? The thoughts love to go off into wherever they get taken. So take a few moments every day and center yourself. I know that's what I try to do with that simple God is, or any of my favorite affirmations, the daily word, whatever I have, whatever I find. As Robin was alluding to, we look around and we see inspiration wherever we are. Don't let those guys take you down. That's not what you're here for. In the Old Testament, we're reminded of this powerful truth in Psalm 46. Be still and know that I am God. An invitation to pause amid the chaos and quiet our minds to recognize the divine presence that supports us. It reminds us that we don't have to be swept away by currents of anxiety. And in the New Testament, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Not only do we acknowledge our anxieties, but actively bring them. God, I'm really scared and I'm nervous, and I'm like, wait, God is. And not only is, but in me. Knowledge of these spiritual principles, number 5, is not enough. We must live them, right? Put them into practice. Do whatever you can. Do whatever I can to put it into my life. Well, yeah, I've been trying to do that for years now. Years. Sometimes really successfully. And sometimes I get knocked right off that target. And this is, I do have a story about Unity Village. It's not a recent one. It's from way back when. I had just found Unity Village, and I decided to stay and take classes there. It was my first encounter with Unity Village, and this is not the whole story that some of you know of, but this is after I get there, I decide to stay. So I'm taking 2 weeks of classes, and I went through one day. And I couldn't find lodging there because I didn't register ahead of time. But I had a tent, and there was a county campground 2 miles down the road. I don't know if it's still there. But it was over a lake, and there were bunches of geese and trees behind. Pretty small park, but nonetheless, camping was allowed. It was open. So I pitched my tent, and there was a table, a picnic table and a post if I wanted to plug something in. It was great. There was a bathroom just down the hill. I was traveling with my dog, just the two of us, and we were going cross-country. And I pitched the tent. I think I remember reading some of the homework we had from class that day, sitting at the picnic table, overlooking the lake, reading the work I had to do. Made some dinner, retired for the night, climbed in the tent. Dog came too, slept all night. Just as the light's starting to shine, the dog starts to growl, very unlike her. And I thought, okay, unzip her, unzip the tent. Out she goes. She walks about 8 feet from the tent and starts barking her little head off. Very uncharacteristic of my dog. And I thought, whoa, something's wrong. Something's in the grass, and it's really close. It's right there. And so I, a little bit scared, ran to her, and I just picked her up. She was big enough that I could lift. And I put her in the car, but as I looked, I saw this thing in the grass. About this. Coiled around itself 3 times. Very quiet, sitting there. And I went, whoa, it's a snake. I don't like snakes. I can't stand snakes. I don't like them. I got to get out of here. Fortunately, I had packed my car up the night before. Drove, probably stopping at the restroom first, I don't recall. And then early in the morning I drove to Unity Village, parked the car at the one place where I thought I had a bit of a connection because I had been talking to the man in the bookstore. And I thought, I'm just going to sit here with watch my heartbeat, and I'm going to him. And when I opened my eyes, the light went on in the bookstore. And I'm thinking, it's before 7. Oh, okay, maybe he's there. So I go to the door, knock on it, and he's there. And he opens the door. He remembers meeting me 2 times, earlier, the day before and the day before that. And we made a bit of a connection. And he could see that I was really upset about something. And I explained to him that I'm tent, the camping, the snake, the scared. And he said, as calm as can be, and I went, what? Tell me about that, because I don't get it. And he turned around and he reached close to the cash register. There was a little carton thing, and he pulled out a little card, and he handed it to me, and he said, here, and we read. Go back to your tent, you're fine. Well, Amazingly enough, because he was not the only human being I had talked to, but one of the few that I had talked to in the last few days, I believed him. And I took the card. I'm sure he put the 50 cents. And I went to my classes that day. And then that night, went back to the campsite, did my homework at the picnic table, made my dinner, went to bed in the tent. And the next morning, guess who's there? That snake's back, right? Dog jumps out. She doesn't bark this time. She growls at him. She's growling at that snake. The light of God surrounds me, the love of... And I began to believe it. That snake didn't move. He just stayed there. I wasn't eating at the picnic the whole week. There's this snake that appears every morning. He's not there now, but he comes every morning. And he said, "Oh yeah? Well, tell me about him." And I said, "Well, he's big. He's like coiled up on himself 3 times. And he says, "Well, any marks?" And I said, "Well, yeah, there's this diamond shape on the back." And he says, "Does he have a rattle?" And I said, "No rattle. I checked." And he said, "Oh, I guess he lost it in a fight." And I went, "Ooh, I know what you're saying." And I said, "Well, what do I do?" And he said, "You can move your tent." So I did. He explained that the snakes come up out of the wetlands. They come up to the top of the hill on the ridge, and they sun themselves in the morning. It was early spring. It was the end of March. And so it was too cold down there all night. So he comes up, and he sits there and waits for the sun to warm him up. And he wasn't going to move, because that's his place, right? He liked that place. But I could move. I was protected. So I moved my tent, and life was fine. We lived together, that snake and I up. But he was always there in the morning, never there in the afternoon. I was protected. It was a really strong lesson for me. Information, right? I am protected. I am protected. I am always protected. And you are too. Okay. Charles Fillmore talks about it. You know, we keep getting reinfected. We believe it for a while until we get reinfected by the news or something that happens. Well, this is what Charles said about it. If you are given to worry and anxiety, think about the fearless confidence and trust of the Spirit. This will at once relieve your mind of the thoughts that have stirred you. The straightening out your affairs. If you are overwhelmed with the material world, the call of the outer world, stop up. Sets my thoughts and all my affairs in divine order, and I rest in confidence and peace. And when worry seeps in and the affirmations aren't always working, we can use denials, right? We deny the power of this situation over our lives. I deny any power. My life, my family, my good rests in God, for I am protected. And Charles continues and he says, now rest. After you've put it at the feet of God, rest at the center and say, it is well. The work is sure. I am satisfied. Do not argue with anyone or discuss is well, and it is finished. Every man who accomplishes things sees first. He puts away all doubt. It makes no difference how small or how large the thing is you want. You have to have an unlimited confidence. Nothing can be in the way of, or impede or defeat you. Faith is the highest. Now that little prayer that Mr. Barnes gave me, that was the prayer for protection written by James Dillard Freeman that was taken to the moon by Buzz Aldrin. And when James Dillard Freeman wrote that prayer, it was just the first 4 lines. And in 1943, during the Second World War, when people really needed it, he added, "Wherever I am, God is." And if you just recall, we here at Unity of Pittsburgh have added, "All is well." That's what Charles Fillmore said in this atom-smashing power of the mind. So, beyond measure. These things come up for us a lot. Subscribe to the Daily Word. It's almost always exactly what you need to hear. As I was sitting in my seat, getting ready for today's talk, I picked up my little Buddhist prayers, and I thought, let's get peace here, okay? It says, if living were an easy thing to do, there would be no need for mental training. But because life often becomes hard, we have to meditate very, very hard. Mind is the only means we have for getting out of this mess. Be careful with it. So because I love that Confident Living song, and thank you, Ronnie, for bringing it for us today, I remembered it. Sometimes I sing that song in my head. Confident living, banner of. I brought little papers if you want to take them. I'm sure there are versions of it online if you'd like to listen to it and use that. Let it be a bookmark or whatever. But don't let yourself succumb. You know, you are amazing. You are wondrously made. There is nothing lacking in you. Nothing. You have everything you need. It's already there. The truth. God needs every one of us, yeah? And I was needed to do a sermon, so here I am. And we need Robin, and we need everyone. So when in doubt, God is. I am protected. And I have everything I need. And I'm so grateful to Unity, to the Unity Center of Pittsburgh, my home, to the little weeds growing out of the cracks that inspire me that life is. I've written here someplace, but I forgot to read. It was don't take worry into your prayers or say something like, oh please, God, please help me, I'm so worried. Because, what is that? Where is it? because that's like, where did I write that? I might not be able to find it, I'm sorry. I thought I'd write it nice and big. That's like taking your defeat and asking God to help you in your defeat. So let go of the worry and say the affirmations, the empowering affirmations that's yours. It's, if I think of it or if I find it before the end of the service, I'll pop up and help you with it. Okay, well, thank you for listening. Sorry about the disorganization or the many, many papers. It's so nice to see so many pictures of faces of friends. Thanks so much. And so it is.
Thank you, Bobbi. Now it is time for our prosperity practice. If you have already given online, just imagine you have that tithe. If you're putting something in the basket today, please get that out. Slips as Jan comes around to collect them. Please join me in saying our prosperity prayer. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. If we can let those be collected, thank you. And let's sing a song and let that gratitude shine through us.
Let me be a candle, let me be a radiant star, let me be a beacon, shining who you are. Let me be the miracle, let me be a lantern of your love. Shine through me, shine through me. The light within me, help this troubled world to see. Shine through me. Use this willing vessel, Holy Spirit, shine through me. Shine through me. That's one of my favorite songs. I love that song.
Thank you, Ronnie. Just a few announcements. There's an intro to Unity session that will be the last Sunday of the month, October 27th, after the service. It's just a monthly presentation for anybody just discovering. Oh, it was last Sunday. Sorry. So it will be again the last Sunday of November. Sorry, I have some faulty information, but we do have acoustic night with Liz McBride coming Friday, November 15th at 7 o'clock here. And also, Marianne Hackworth is announcing her annual holiday sing-along. Unity Center. It's a wonderful time at her home where everybody eats a wonderful meal and lots of fun. So please think of that. Contact Marianne or go on to our Unity Center of Pittsburgh site to pre-register for that. Okay, let's sing Now There Is Peace on Earth. Now there is peace on earth.
Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Peace has begun with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. The light of God surrounds me. I am light. The love of God enfolds me. I am love. The power of God protects me. I am power. The presence of God watches over me.
I am presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And Bobbi has one more comment.
I've heard the process of praying, including your worry. Oh God, I'm worried, I'm so worried, I'm so worried. Please help me. Is like a prayer in reverse. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. We're going forward. We're not going back. Amen.
Thank you, Bobbi. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Have a great week.